Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How are you? How is the family?
We are delightful. The family is delightful. We're all just chipper and peachy.
Good. How is Addie? Sorry, for 1 second, I had our recap of 10 seconds ago in my ear.
Oh,
um, how's Addie enjoying her Lego build from last night?
she's playing with it. She
Yeah,
loves it. It's cool. I was like, Addie, please don't break it. Don't break
please
this
don't.
one. It is really cool. Me and Britt were talking about it this morning. It's a pretty cool little Lego set for kids.
That's awesome. See, Caitlin, congratulations on being first. Make it blue. Welcome and good morning. Tim Pruitt, how are you? Sorry. Jenny, JLB Nerdy, good morning. Via Free Project, welcome in. Thanks for
What's
being
up,
here,
Ed?
guys.
April.
April, how are you? Welcome in. Oh,
Don't forget to
man.
hit the thumbs up.
Hit that thumbs up and share it out. We'll be here for a while, folks.
Yeah, and I know Corey's streaming this morning, so for those of you that have made it, thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah. We,
We're here, rain or shine.
yep,
Sometimes people like to. It's not like we don't own this time slot, but sometimes it's just convenient for others to stream, and so
right.
by all means they can stream to their heart's content,
Yeah.
and we're still here.
Still here, even if sometimes I'm 40 minutes late. Hey, Detroit Disney Duo, welcome in. Yeah. So, what are we going to contemplate today, guys?
Oh,
Do you have
your
any
guess is as good
vlogs?
as mine.
Yeah. Do you have any vlogs coming up?
I'm in the middle of doing a time lapse of a build, a very large build. So,
Hi, James.
James, what's up, pal? I was thinking about you last night on the Lego stream that I did because I was like, I bet James is probably building his Star Destroyer right now. It's Corey111.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't get it. I blame the blonde.
but
uh,
but yeah, so that one whenever I'm finished with it. So I don't
started
know.
sorting last night, you said.
It's a lot of pieces, isn't it?
Good
It's
morning,
probably he probably
Emily.
feels daunted by all those pieces, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, I am scared kind of to start my diamond, whatever, what's it called? The
Oh,
diamond.
sorry. He meant to say exclamation marks, but his fat fingers hit ones.
Oh.
Are you gonna do the diamond painting?
Yeah, I just am scared to start it because it's so it looks like like once I start it, I feel like you have to finish it because for one, my kids will just like come through like a twister and just like throw everything up and um I don't know. And they're so tiny and I didn't realize that you need like sorting cups and things like that.
Oh
And
wow.
so yeah, I will start it, but I'm not sure how it's gonna go.
I've never seen any of those, or like I've seen people post that they were finished, but I don't know how that process goes.
Yeah, I Googled it, watched a couple YouTube videos, and I think I'll be a pro now. So that's how it goes, right? Can you null? Like
Can you
so
null diamonds? The
so
diamond painting.
the serious people, what they do is they will open all the packages and then they have like separate little containers that they label. Oh, perfect. Candy Mom's here. Cynthia. Good morning. She's the reason that I started this little venture because of all of her diamond paintings that look so awesome. But the hardcore people, they get these separate little containers. They get out like label makers and then they label all the separate colors after they put them into them with their numbered
Whoa.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I didn't
even
know.
know this was a thing.
I didn't know that there was going to be like that much work. I just wanted to relax. So 18 a team Marie photography.
So it has like a whole community based around these
Yeah.
diamond painting
Oh
things.
yeah. For sure. Cynthia says
Ah.
I only open one pack at a time.
So is there like a template that you're going by with these?
I'll show you here. I actually haven't even opened it all the way because I started to and it was just kind of like, whoa, I'm gonna stop.
Good morning, Pathholder pair. Welcome in. Welcome in, Tina. Hello.
I'm back. Did you guys miss me?
They did.
All right. Oh, my hands are sweaty and I can't open it. Oh, there we go.
Don't be nervous.
No, it's just a thing. This is gross. There's another Lynn fun fact for you.
Welcome in, Meredith.
Sorry, I got this lingering cough that won't go away.
Oh no.
So it's just see, it's each one has like their own color number.
Is it a slot or do you have to glue it?
So this is sticky. Like you peel this back and then this whole thing is sticky. And then you take, yeah, I know I got to lay it flat still. Then you take this little pink thing and you stick it in the wax and then you stick it to the bead and then you stick it to the spot.
Interesting.
Look at your face.
That does sound intense. Jenny
It,
says it sounds intense. I think it sounds intense too.
I think it does too. So I was kind of scared after I got it. I'm like, oh man.
So, like, how much does one of those things cost?
This was like $12.
Oh, that's not bad. So it's like a
Yeah.
puzzle.
Yeah, kinda. But it's the artwork afterwards. Like, I mean, I guess puzzles can be too, but you don't have to glue it together and everything. Like, it's done after that. You can just put it in a picture frame and it's this shimmery, sparkly awesomeness if you don't screw it up. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta figure out my space. That's the one thing, is just like my space so that I can work on it and not be able to stop, take a break, and then come back to it the next day. And yeah, sticky like fly paper. But
Ed says that Donna does this as well, and I think Samantha does this too.
yes,
Samantha Lowe.
I didn't know Donna did it too. I know I saw the one that Sam made for Donna that was beautiful. Good to see you. Two places. Yeah, flag and a castle waiting on me. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna try to time lapse it, but I don't have very much luck with time lapsing. So
well, the way you just have to like for me, I use my DJI, basically a GoPro, and I just mount it somehow where it's kind of like an
overhead. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I hook it to like external power, or like I hook mine to my my battery brick,
Right. Oh, that's
so
a
it
good
stays
idea.
powered. And then I just use my phone to hit start when I'm building and let it run, and then I hit stop. But for time, I'll just have to set a stopwatch. Usually, it's funny how I time my Lego builds. Is I time it by how many episodes I watched of a show during a step. Because a stopwatch, I did that, but I would forget, and I'd be like, oh. So I would always, now I just make a point to see what episode I'm on, and then I do it till like, for instance, yesterday I did one, and it was 2 hours because I watched 4 episodes.
That's great. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if you guys would even be interested in seeing me do that, but I can.
You should do it.
Film it and see how it turns out.
I mean, what else do you got to do? Might as well.
Yeah. There's a lot I need to do, Josh, but I'm not doing all of it.
Well, I know, but from content's sake.
Yeah, no, it is.
You never know.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to throw that in there. What we're up to, and
because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I had never even heard of them, but maybe copy a little page out of the Josh book and insert a recap in the middle while I'm halfway through, right?
There you go. Ed, I watched 4 episodes of Star Wars Rebels. So typically I watch something like that. And Britt's like, oh, do we have to watch Star Wars again? I'm like, yeah, we do.
Hashtag we miss Britt.
Josh is a good role model.
Yes, he is.
I have family members who would not agree. Britt's family specifically, they would say Josh is not a good role model. But see, they just don't know. They just don't know the real me. See, I feel like I am a good role model.
You are. I think so.
It's probably more propaganda, but that's okay.
Well, for the vlogs. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hope you guys had a good week. Maybe not their dip style.
That's what it is.
Don't share the dip.
Oh no, I was at a cookout with them last weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody brought dip, and I was like, "Where'd that dip come from?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?"
It was a phantom dip. Nobody knew where it came from.
Well, they didn't put it out on the table. They left it in the fridge. They're trying to be sneaky.
Wow, low blow.
So instead, I threw a fit, and I was like, "Well, I don't want your dip then."
What kind was it?
They had 2. They had French onion and ranch.
2 solid classics. You know, speaking of dip, I was thinking about that cheese that we were talking about last night. And oh, Meredith, that's
cheese?
awesome. Yeah, the bad cheese. And I got really frustrated because I couldn't find it on the menu. It just says assorted. And the fact that both of us, being who we are, neither one of us took a picture of that.
I have a picture of it, I think, but I don't know what it actually is. I don't have a picture of the menu.
That's what I'm saying. I took a picture of the cheese, I think, but you
could probably Google it.
Yeah, I tried looking it up because I do want to know the name of that cheese so I don't ever accidentally buy it.
Well, if you buy it, take a picture of the package.
Yeah. That's a disappointing thing to happen, though. Excited to try new
scooping. Dipping or scooping, that is today's burning question. I don't think that's a burning question because it's not even up for discussion. Scooping is the way to go.
Yeah. Scoops.
All
the way. We've already had like an hour-long discussion.
Yeah, if you're like dipping, then you're not even like a dip fan. You're just trying to be proper with it. Like, oh, this is some good dip. But when you scoop, it's like, oh, that dude likes dip.
Yeah. The dipper is for people that enjoy the chips or the vessel.
Tim said, or polite.
You don't have to be polite when it comes to dip.
Dip's not like a polite food.
No.
If you're trying to be polite with dip, then you should just do fondue.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, I can't say that without like singing it, thinking like shoop shoop but it's
yeah. That's how I was singing it in my head.
Yeah. Must be like the generation, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, pass holder pair. Yes, you belong here. We are your people.
I actually have more dip in my chip than the chip can hold. Yes, exactly. The chip that you choose to use.
The chip that you choose to use
determines what kind of dipper or scooper you are. If you like the thin and crispies, then you're a dipper. I will never ever buy the thin and crispies. You got to like really inspect the chip and make sure it's like the right thickness, that it's not going to crack off when you're dipping. Yeah.
And if I'm really buying a bag of chips for dip, I don't want to, I never get the one that's on the front because I know that like the guy that stocked it like pushed it in there. So I'll like reach back and try to get like a more fresh bag. So I've got more, because I don't like to like dip. I will, but I don't like to dip with like a little bitty chip, because then like I have more on my finger than on the chip. And then it's like getting really gross. And so, but see, like,
don't share dip with Josh.
But if I have thin and crispy chips and they break, then then I just have to get creative, and you'll see me like gently trying to scoop so I don't break the chip with the fierceness of my dip.
Yeah. You gotta low and slow. You gotta just take it easy.
James, I'm going to go one bag at a time and carefully nulling now. It looks daunting, but I'm going to do this. I think you can get it.
You got this.
Really. You're going to be like, that's the thing with big Lego sets like that, is it takes a little while, but once you're finished, you feel like so rewarded. And then that's when the bug bites. That's when you like, now I want another one. I want the same rewarding feeling. And then you can like, see it on display and like look at it and touch it. It's not like a regular puzzle. It's a Lego set. My favorite corn chips are almost transparent and salty. See, I like that if like you're just eating them, but like if I'm dipping, then like you almost can't taste the chip. What's really great to dip, and like I never really thought of it until I was hanging out with a friend of mine who was trying to eat healthy, and he had they're called bonitos, and they're chips made out of black beans, and he eats hummus with it. So good.
Yeah.
Because they're thick chips, so they're good for hummus, and then they're black beans, so they're not like super terribly bad for you.
Yeah.
And they're super crunchy. They're like really good. Like I'm not like a weird health guy where I go and get like garbanzo chips or anything.
Yeah.
But those black bean chips are legit. They're called bonitos, and they've got like flavored ones too. But
you're gonna get real crazy. Use the Parm crisps to dip. And that's actually healthy. Kinda.
I'll just eat the Parm crisp right out of the bag.
Yeah, they're so good.
They're so good, but they make your breath absolutely horrid.
Super funky. It is. They're so delicious.
That's true, Tim. I get mine from Sam's Club. It's like $10 for a giant bag.
The wisps.
The wisps. Wisps.
I'm not good with those tricky S's.
Yeah. Have to have multi-chip if you're stuck with a thin and crispy. My favorite is when you go to like a Mexican place and you order the cheese dip, because who goes to Mexican and doesn't order cheese?
Queso.
And you get the one that's like 10 chips, like all folded up together.
Yeah.
And so like I'll stick it in the cheese and like let it get all up in the grooves.
Yeah.
And then I pull it out and I have to like chase it with a plate.
Mm-hmm. And then you bite into it and it goes everywhere like a firework.
Yeah. So, you guys,
I think we should all have a big family dinner together. It'll be amazing.
So my sister-in-law, when we first got home with Evie, she came over and made her Alfredo sauce, and it was so good. Like I didn't even need to put anything on it, and she brought over like some loaves of bread, and
pears. Sorry, go ahead.
She had this bread, she sliced it, and we're all like sitting, and I love cheese like you love cheese, and I'm like, I really loved the flavor of that Alfredo sauce. Like it was so good. It just had like a really rich, like just cheese flavor. And so I took that last little piece of bread, it was the end piece, and I scooped it out and I made like a bread bowl and I pour Alfredo sauce in it. And I ate it. And they're like, "You're seriously not doing that, are you?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing it." And I just popped it in.
Oh wow.
No. And I'm like, "Oh yes."
Yes, that sounds awesome. I'm going to have to get her recipe. I want to try her Alfredo recipe. I have a few that I love, but I'm always looking to switch it up and try different ones.
Go. Sorry, my dog is being needy.
Hi, Pepper. Past older pair said something that made me laugh really hard. Chris doesn't wear a mask all day.
Oh no. Self-breath. No.
It's the worst. Yeah, I always have to like, go a little extra because you got the mask on, breathing your own hot breath all day. Nice.
Tim, I like the salsa too. And sometimes I like to mix the salsa with the cheese. And sometimes I go to Mexican and Brit eats and I just get like a trio of dip. I have guac and cheese and salsa, and that's all I eat. I'm just weird, I guess.
All the dip.
How do we get on cheese and dip first thing this morning?
We went right to it. I don't know. Sorry, guys. Candy Mom said Zoom chat with dip.
Yeah.
We can do that. I don't like to have my teeth crunching thick chips. Wait, just well, might be my fault. Yeah. Yeah. If the salsa's good, then I go, straight in on the salsa. But sometimes the salsa's not delicious. It has to be
Depends on the mood I'm in.
Yeah. But there's
sometimes the best trips to a restaurant is just when you go and get appetizers and drinks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always Tim's fault, Candy Mom says.
So essentially, happy hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could go to Biting Bugs, though. Any takers?
Tim, instigator today.
So I posed a question on one of the Facebook groups that I have about if you had the opportunity. Granted, I think it's different because everybody's perspective is different because based on where you live. But if you had the opportunity to go to the parks on one of the days that they opened, would you go? And if not, why not? Or if yes, why? So would you go, Lynn?
No.
Why not?
Because I would rather wait. For one, the heat and the mask all day is, I think that most of the vloggers are so happy to be back at, their happy place that they tolerate it and downplay how awful it actually is.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's my own personal opinion. Whenever I am outside in the heat, I live in South Florida. Every day it's been like 88 degrees. And if you look at it with the humidity and everything, it's we teeter around like 100 to 104 degrees is what it feels like outside. To do all of that, plus not have anything guaranteed. The attractions aren't guaranteed. Half of the stuff is going to be not there. I would rather just wait and go when it's a Disney that is more recognizable that I want to experience. That's just my personal opinion. To spend all that money for travel there, to stay there, to have a ticket to go there. I would rather it be an experience that I'm more familiar with. That is what I'm expecting and looking forward to. Just my opinion.
Yeah. I think I'm in the same boat. I saw that Pass Holder Pair said they booked a cabin at Fort Wilderness for July 14th to the 18th. I have a trip booked the 14th through the 16th, I think. Like super quick trip.
Yeah.
Still up in the air if I'm keeping it. Not sure. Like when I wear a mask, just walking through the mall that's air conditioned, like I get this weird like headache, like kind of in the back of my head. Like
from the mask?
Not from it pulling, not from it being tight. Like, I think it's just like I don't know. That's just where I feel it, I guess. But it's just this weird headache.
Yeah.
And as soon as I take it off and get fresh air, it goes away.
Right. But it takes a minute. It takes like, a half an hour for that headache to go away. For me anyways. I agree
so
with Tim.
it's
Because you still
It's a
have
weird thing.
your trip plan. You haven't canceled it yet, so you're still
I
kind of on the
haven't
fence.
canceled it. Yeah. And the no guarantee into the parks, that's kind of like my thought is like, what if I go and then I can't get into a park?
Yeah.
Now the second day or the initial day when I arrive, that's my main concern because it's such a short trip. But if I go like the other days, I'm fine. I can get up early and go and it'd be fine. But so it's like that, and then not fireworks and like just the loopholes and just a lot of people being there. Like, okay, what if I buy a bottle of water? Are they going to get onto me if I pull my mask down and take a drink of water?
Right.
Just all those kind of things. So I don't know.
I really liked your idea of going to like, Vero Beach or the other one that, what was it?
Yeah, it's all booked.
South Carolina. Oh, they're all
Yeah,
booked.
Hilton Head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh, what's worse, the mask or the Army NBC gear? The Army gear is way worse. The chemical warfare gear. Yeah, that's way worse. Essentially, for those that don't know, it's a gas mask with like a plastic jumpsuit and rubber gloves and boots. And they all smell weird because they have that like gas smell.
Yeah.
So it's like this weird peppery smell.
Oh.
Yeah. It's awesome. And, because Army stuff isn't new when you get it. You get somebody else's stuff that's been cleaned.
Right. Yeah.
So, but I don't know. So they're 3 hours away. Yeah, totally. If I lived 3 hours away or less, or even 4 hours, I would totally go. I'm going to fly. The flight's not bad. It's an hour and a half, Magical Express. So I'll probably arrive there like maybe 10 a.m. or something. The parks are probably going to be at capacity by then because I think it's 30% capacity, unless everybody's just afraid to go. So they're not going. I don't know.
Right.
Disney Springs is still open. So a part of me is like, well, I could still go to Disney Springs.
Right.
But at the same time, like Disney Springs is like, we have a lot of that stuff still here in Nashville. Like,
right.
Like, there's restaurants, of course, that we don't have in World of Disney and stuff. But like, we have a Lego store.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Paso La Pera, I live 3 hours away too, and I do understand what you're saying. Like it's a new experience, and before this, we were going once a month. Josh was going almost just as much, and but
I think
it's
I
not
went 10 times last year.
Yeah, but it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed you're going to get in. It's not guaranteed anything that you want to experience is going to be there. So for me, I'd rather just have all of those people that want to be there and have that new experience go ahead and do the trial run, be the guinea pigs, and then in 6 months, I'll make it back to Disney, once I've been able to catch up from being furloughed and everything else. So that's just my own personal perspective on it. So
yeah,
their own. It's whatever your comfort level is.
Yeah, and it's for me, like it's not so much the being uncomfortable being there. It's just I don't know. Like people are weird in general.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. My phone's ringing. My screen went away.
You're still here.
My phone's ringing in my ears through my computer.
Oh.
It's not a uncomfortable thing for me. It's just I don't know, like it seems like a lot of work for a trip.
Right.
Yeah, and Paso La Pera, like I said, if I was 3 hours, I'd go 100%. No question. Like driving distance, no question, I would go because then I could, if you drive, you're in a little bit more control. You can control when you leave and when you arrive, and you could be there right when a park opens.
Right.
Now I have another trip planned for the end of the year or like Thanksgiving, and like we'll go 100% then. And masks, here's the thing with the masks, like they're not checking your mask out. You could literally have like basketball short material with holes in it and wear it and be fine. Like they're not going to like come and check the, how thick your mask is and if it's like up to par with what their, standards are. So I could get around it, I guess. I don't know. See, past load repair. I have 2 kids now, which sounds weird to say, but like most of the time when I go, it's just me for vlogging, and like even if I brought Addie, like my pace is like she wouldn't have fun.
Right.
Like my trip in July is purely to go get content and see friends and just go get my fix. So
yeah, I mean, I still want to make a trip up there and just like be able to go to Disney Springs and try the different restaurants and do that. Maybe even something like non-Disney. Like our annual passes, mine expires the 19th. Well, everyone's expires the 19th, but I'm the only one that has the gold pass. They have the silver, so they're blocked out all summer anyways.
Now,
so
I don't think you can buy tickets right now anyways. I know they limited resort bookings.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't think you can make new resort bookings. I'm not 100% on that, but I know I don't think you can buy tickets. So if you have pre-existing tickets, that's one thing. If you're an annual pass holder, that's one thing. But if you're just like, I'm gonna go, then
James will be there.
I don't think that.
The 23rd of July.
Yeah, maybe I might extend. I don't know.
Yeah.
If I stayed longer, it would make more sense, I guess. But for such a quick trip, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still up in the air. I'll probably end up going because I'll be like, well, for the channel.
Yeah.
Let's go vlog it. But see, my vlogs aren't going to be breaking news. Like, some of my friends down there, they're right there and they go and they, as soon as it opens, they'll be there.
Right.
You'll see, or, some of them will probably even get like invited early.
Right. The media.
And yeah, so like it's no point in me trying to be breaking news with it.
Right. Exactly.
It's more like this is my experience behind, the post-pandemic Disney or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, not to turn the chat, but I do want to point out one thing, and that is that the last 9 days straight have been breaking record high for new cases in Florida, the last 9 consecutive days. So that's another factor in that little tidbit. Food for thought.
Interesting.
But that's neither here nor there. So I did buy like paper masks because I always wear the cloth reusable ones and I wash them. But the paper ones I think would be better for the parks because they're more breathable than the cloth ones.
Yeah, the one that I have is one that I ordered, and it's pretty thick because it's got like a little slot if you wanted to put a filter in there. And like the little strings it came with were like wicked long. Like I'm not gonna like tie a big bow on the back of my head with this mask.
Why not?
So I took it out and then I put 550 cord, a paracord in with like little like on backpacks how they have those little pinch pull things. I put those on there.
Oh, that's cool.
It's not comfortable, but it works. But I don't typically I'll wear a mask if they require it.
Right.
Or if it's like really close quarters, but I don't know.
Are your grocery stores still requiring it?
No, nothing here requires it.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing here except unless you're at the hospital, they require it.
Right.
And a few stores in the mall require it. But that's that's that store's corporate decision. But like, Opry Mills, which is like the biggest mall in this area, they don't require it. Walmart, Target, none of them require it.
Huh.
Did you hear that New Zealand is they're the first place that has absolutely 0 cases?
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. One more reason to go to New Zealand.
They won't let you.
They won't let anyone in. You can't come here. We're
I don't
good.
think so. I don't
Probably
think they'll
not.
let anyone in, and they're not letting anyone like that lives there out right now because they're trying to keep it at 0.
Yeah. Tim, so do I. I think we all miss Disney. That's the draw of wanting to go back when they, first open.
Yeah, and it's to each their own, and as long as you feel safe, that's you. And here's the thing: when you go back to Disney, because nobody's been there, there's going to be a ton of hand sanitizer available because nobody's been there to buy the little bottles. Sanitizer.
Yeah, there will be. I'm excited to see if they do like Universal did with their face masks. Did you see all the Universal ones they had in like all the stores? Look, they were super stocked up because on the different vlogs I watched, they still had them in the stores. I hope Disney does something like that.
I'm sure Disney will have face masks in stock. They have to.
Hey, Caitlin. Yeah.
You can't require them and not sell them for people that like maybe their mask breaks or
Right.
they have a paper one and it flies off on our attraction.
Yeah, exactly. I think so.
So,
they jumped in early. Surprised how many folks didn't have a mask on here when we went to Target yesterday. Didn't make me feel more comfortable, Jenny said. So, and Tim was saying that his still do. I guess Middle Tennessee is more open.
James, so you wasn't here. Sanitizer's a real thing. I found it. I found real, true sanitizer.
It's a real thing, guys. It's legit. You heard it here first.
It's a real thing. Like I was in the Lego store yesterday, and on my way out, they had a giant pump bottle of sanitizer. I took a picture of it, and like they were like, "What are you taking a picture of?" I'm like, I know people that think this is fake, like made up, and here it is, label and everything.
It's real.
It's very real.
I loved that picture so much. I actually laughed out loud.
I was shocked. I have sanitizer proof. I do.
It's real. See, not all of my made up words are just my made up words. They're catchy ones. Can you guys see it? Oh, yes. Look at that. It's a real thing. Hannah Tizer. Yes, I did invent the name. They copied. They were in our live stream watching. They're like, oh, that's real catchy. I'm going to use that.
Yep.
That's all she wrote.
Yeah, they tried to explain to me. Like, I was like, oh, look, hand sanitizer. I was like, yeah, like, hand sanitizer, like for your hands. I'm like, no. Like, I know people. And they were like, oh, okay. They probably think I'm weird now. Now, every time I go back to the Lego store, that's going to be like, there's that guy who's got that weird affinity for hand sanitizer.
There's a guy that takes pictures of our sanitizer. Weirdo.
Yeah.
Hey, Extraordinary, welcome in.
And Rob Weisko, what's up, buddy?
Welcome in. Good morning or afternoon. What time is it? Oh, we're still in morning.
So,
yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Most likely, I'll go. I'll probably still go, and I don't know. Like, it's so backwards because it's such a weird feeling to know that you're going to a place and there's not any fast passes. You're just going to be able to walk up to attractions. Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
But granted, you have to remember there's only 30% capacity. So, like, that's almost like after hours.
Well, it is like that, but then you have to factor in, like, their cleaning of the ride and spacing of putting people on the ride. So I think that it'll kind of even out. Like, I think it'll still be way lower wait times, but I think that there'll still be wait times.
Yeah. And I'm the type of person too, like, I don't have to go ride an attraction. Like, I'm totally cool with just sitting on Main Street.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Zip.
And then,
thanks for
like, I'm totally cool with riding like a lesser loved attraction.
Right.
That's whatever.
Tim Pruitt said the version is named after Hannah Tizer, who is credited with inventing the aloe used in hand sanitizer. Fun fact.
He probably Googled it.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
What's up, Zip? I think they're
Yeah,
playing it by ear, Jenny. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they don't wait till, like, it's probably going to be July before they make that call.
yeah. Well, that's just like the run too. I don't see that the wine and dine run is going to still happen in November.
But I know, like, a lot of places, like, they're in the mindset now that they're going to open up back to normal, and whatever happens, happens, which isn't necessarily the best way to do it. But in the same sense, it's like, how do you get ahead?
Yeah. Yeah. Hashtag lazy trip canceler. I think
Fun
it's best.
fact.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No,
I
you
was
go
just going
ahead.
to say, I think it's best to wait and, make the decision closer because you're not losing out on anything by waiting. If you've already spent the money and you have your window of cancellation, to just wait until it's closer, unless you know for sure.
That's true. Caitlin said she'd do Disney Springs first and say hello to her cast family that she misses so much.
Yeah.
I never, like, when I'm there, I never go to Disney Springs. I've probably been to Disney Springs maybe 5 times, 6 times.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
that's
I just,
well, you guys will go there and eat and leave. Like you'll just like you've gone to Homecoming and Wine Bar George but you just like go there,
right,
eat and basically leave, right?
right. Like, I very seldomly just walk around and shop.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Because, like,
not
I'm in Disney, so the things that I would shop for, I would just shop for in the park.
right.
Um, I don't know. Like, it's weird to go shop on vacation. I don't know. I'm weird. Like,
No, I agree. I think for me, there's malls everywhere, and they have a lot of the same stores that are at all of the malls that are everywhere. Keeney Mom Cynthia, have a great day. Go have fun with your family. Thanks for hanging out with us. But the springs, when you need to go, we just started doing this this year when Sean and I started going in January and in February when it was just like the two of us. And we would go in the evening. So that's how we would kind of end our day. We'd go and have like a drink and a snack, or just like have a drink and then go somewhere else and have a drink and a snack there. And there's live music everywhere. And it was really fun as an adult
yeah, it's
to,
super chill atmosphere.
yeah, to just hang out. Like I'm not really a shopper except for like the Character Warehouse or groceries.
Right.
Really, those are like the only things I really like shopping for. But that doesn't draw me in. Like I am the same way. I don't want to go to Disney Springs to go to Sephora. Like I can do that at
Right.
home. But that part of the experience was my favorite. Just the whole area comes alive and there's something for everybody. Tons of awesome music all over the place.
Yeah,
And
it's definitely a cool place, and there's
hey,
places
Sandy
that's there
Pandy.
that's kind of one of a kind, and like, I've hung out a little bit there, but never really spent a whole lot of time.
Yeah. Ever After
Oh
Strip.
yeah, I think I bought Brett jewelry there. Um,
Yeah, bar hopping at night in the Springs is a lot of fun. We did that a few times, both
Disney
trips.
Springs cast included third party, or including third party, is required to do traditions. Interesting. So that's like kind of the entry as a Disney cast member.
That's cool.
I didn't know that.
Springs happy hour
I love
crawl. I'm
co-op.
in.
I
Like I
always go to co-op when I'm there. I don't know. Like, I like Disney Springs, fine. But like, the stores that I go to aren't the stores that, besides Lego, aren't the stores that I could go to here.
What is the Marketplace Co-op?
It's kind of got more unique Disney stuff. Like there's like a little pet section. There's like the dress shop area. It's past World of Disney, down by like the
The pin
Christmas
traders?
store.
Oh.
I think it's past Penetrators. It's down by the Christmas store. There's art there.
So what is it? Just a collection of different little shops, or?
It comes across that way, but it's not. It's just like a more eccentric Disney store.
Huh.
Like they have like original, like original artwork, and
We must have just walked right past that.
yeah, it's kind of hidden. It's not as big as World of Disney.
Right. Well, World of Disney is ginormous.
Traditions is the first official day of being a cast member and is the most magical day ever.
I bet it is.
I've heard some cool stories. Especially like once you get into like being a tour guide and stuff. Like now Traditions is different than that, but you know, it's all kind of held there. I like it. Like last time I was at Disney Springs that I like really remember was everything was closed. I went for brunch at Homecoming and everything was all closed, and it was weird. It was like a ghost town at Disney Springs.
When was it a ghost town at Disney Springs, you said?
When I went to the Homecoming brunch, that's like it's very vivid in my memory.
It's very vivid in my memory because of that cheesy grits that you had. I'll never forget that. I watched that on replay.
Those were so good.
Oh man, they look amazing.
And I ate by myself, so they were probably like, but I feel like that's way more normal down there. People eating by themselves.
For sure.
Especially people with cameras with fuzzy things on top.
Yeah. Homecoming, I think, is probably like second on my list.
You got to eat chicken though.
I don't want to.
That Hallelujah biscuit was life.
Hallelujah biscuit.
That's what it's called.
The Wine Bar George, though, is number one. That's my number one, first place I'm going to go when
that one's life
we get
too.
back to the Springs. Welcome to the Blue Wrench crew, Tim.
Are you gonna do brunch?
I think they only do it on weekends, right? It's only on Saturday.
Friday. I think Friday through Sunday. I think.
So probably not, because it'll probably.
Oh, you have to.
I know. I don't know. I just want to be there. But once we do get up there, Wine Bar George is going to be the first place that I go, and I'm sure that anything that I get is going to be awesome.
Oh, for sure. Our brunch was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was like the opening weekend for it. Like I think it had started like maybe a day earlier when we got there. And I was so like giddy about it, like eager to get in and eat. And it was just the Dole Whip mimosa and just the French toast. And the French toast was, I think it was brioche. It was stuffed with mascarpone.
Oh my goodness.
And the sauce was like a caramel sauce, like a homemade caramel sauce. It wasn't like syrup. It was just stupid good.
I'm salivating right now. That's like making me so hungry.
It was really good. And we got a lot. Britt got the steak and egg frites. We had these I think they were like fried mac and cheese bites.
Yep. I remember that.
Dole Whip mimosas, and then we had something else. Maybe it was burrata. I don't remember, but
hi Tina.
What's up, Tina?
Good morning.
But
okay, I didn't eat yet. I know, me neither. It's making me so hungry. Caitlin says you'll love Wonderground. I always get a postcard to represent my trip and my leader, Michael, as an incredible human, a U.S. Navy veteran, cast member, to see him at Co-op, Kathy. I'm never going to remember those names, but yeah, I'll definitely check it out next time I make it to Disney Springs. And the next time we go, it'll be just Disney Springs and not, Walt Disney World, probably, just to get a little dose of Disney and be able to really explore the depths of Disney Springs a little bit more. I keep trying to angle my head down so that my glasses don't glare at you guys. I have to do this. What are we doing?
I'm just dropping the link to my homecoming brunch vlog.
Oh yeah, you guys got to see this. So
you don't
good.
have to leave and go watch it. You can watch it
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
And then
yeah, that was such a good one. If you guys haven't seen it, you gotta check it out.
now I have to find the other one. I don't remember when that one was.
The Wine Bar George.
Yeah. That one was a while back. Early last year, I think. Oh, here it is. Oh, that picture is that French toast.
So good. Tim, I am 3 hours from Disney, just under 3 hours. And the Character Warehouse is only 30 minutes from my house, the one that I go to. There's one down here in South Florida. And I go to that one, and it's way less busy, and they have way more stock than the Orlando locations do. So, but yeah, sure, someday, Caitlin, can chat about it. Yeah, no, I don't go to the one in Orlando. I like the one at.
There is one in Orlando.
There's two in Orlando, and those are both crazy busy. I've been to one of them. I like my South Florida one. It's more calm.
Jenny, that's funny that you mentioned that. So every time, I don't know if he's here or not, but every time Noah pops in, he always calls me Joshua, and that's what Britt calls me, and it always throws me off. I'm like, what? Like, nobody calls me that except Britt. Even my mom don't call me that anymore, occasionally. But he always calls me that. I'm like, what? Why is he calling me Joshua?
I see.
Every time it throws me off.
Jennifer the other day, and I was just like, wait, what did I do? Like you're in trouble. That's funny. Joshua it is. Yeah.
Zip always calls me Trip P. He don't even go for the full triple. It's just Trip P.
Well, Zip can get away with saying anything however he wants to. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Pass Older Pair. Sawgrass. Lynn's got a lot of great vlogs on it, but Sawgrass is the one to go to. When it's open, she usually gives updates and stuff.
Yeah.
And goes and spends stupid amounts of money on things that she really don't need.
Yep. Precisely. I'm like, oh, this will be nice. Oh, I got to send this to Addie. Oh, Britt and Josh will like this. And I want this, but I don't need any more of them. I'll buy 3. Oh, yeah, that's just.
But that one does get a lot of stuff that is even like kind of surprising that they get.
Yeah.
Like stuff that's still in the parks.
Yes. So much stuff that's still in the parks. And when I was going, I would literally see that there was, it would happen all the time, but there was a Spirit jersey, and it was $20. And so I got it, even though I don't need anymore. And then the next week, a couple days later, I was at the parks, and they were full price, $60 in the stores at Disney. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Hey, Sean, you're not late. You're here right when you're meant to be. Actually, it was Nina, but I was only called that by my mother when she was mad at me. I've always been Tina. Yeah. Mine can't really shorten. It's already about as short as it can be. My nicknames would be elongating my name.
When I was at the Lego store yesterday, Jenny's comment made me think of it. The guy was like, because Lego doesn't put out discounts. Like, they just don't. Now, you can find them at like department stores where like maybe they'll discount it, but like big Lego sets never get discounted.
Right.
And so I was in there, and he was talking about discounts, or I was talking about how it makes me broke every time I go to the Lego store. I'm like, man, I give you guys all my money. Between Lego and Disney, like, I'm just like, I have no money.
Yeah.
And so he's like, well, we get a really good discount as Lego employees. I'm like, oh, do you now? And I'm like, so what's the hiring process like? And I was telling him, I was like, the only place that I can get a discount on Lego is in Walt Disney World at that Lego store because they give a pass holder discount.
Oh, right.
So fun
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah, Jenny, I feel the same way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
part-time
part-time job.
That's just what I need.
Yeah. I mean, I talked to the cast members at the Character Warehouse about their perks and the requirements of working for them because I was like, it'd be pretty cool to have a discount, and the perks are incredible. You can have your passes to all the parks except for, what is it, Tokyo Sea? And you can bring up to like 4 people with you. And
yeah, because I guess you're technically considered cast when you're still a Disney Store employee.
yeah, you're a cast member. And just all of it, the discounts, but the requirements of your availability didn't fit into what I already work. So it was not doable, but I highly considered it because that'd be so cool. And you'd get to go through like the traditions and all that stuff too as a cast member.
Yeah, I've considered the Disney Store. I think the issue with doing because I know Peter Brookhart ran into this, but there's a lot of, and that's one of the reasons I stopped being a travel agent, because there's a lot of stuff that you had to start to watch as a vlogger, being either a cast member or a travel agent with authorized through Disney. But speaking on cast members, I always mix Lego employees with cast members. Like, I've called Lego employees cast members before. And that's because they have such equally good customer service.
Really?
And that's what just makes, that's why they go so hand in hand. That's why they're like next door neighbors in my mall. They're just a match made.
Is the Disney Store in your mall open yet?
No. Saw it yesterday. It is not.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
a corporate decision.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
You're fine. No, this is what we do like every single time.
I went to eat with a friend this week at a restaurant that had just opened, and they invited him in to go and sit down and kind of, review it before the dining room was actually open. Everyone. It was a really cool experience because we just got to sit down and they just basically brought us all this food and here, enjoy this and let us know what you think.
Like a preview.
So we were talking about the Disney Store, and he said that Disney Store corporate, because it's separate than Disney retail, separate than other things.
Right.
And they said they weren't going to open any of them until all of them could open. So
any of the Disney stores until they can all open?
That's what he told me.
Well, that's a lie, first of all, because World of Disney is open.
Well, that's different. That's Walt Disney World. See, Disney Store, nationwide.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, that doesn't make sense either.
Oh, I know. What's up, Metropolitan?
Metropolitan. I've been trying to think about how to say it for about a minute so far. Well,
that's
Metropolitan.
Steve always says Rob's name wrong, and I always want to correct him because, I asked him, we asked him on here one time, how do you say your name? And so now I know. So every time Steve does, I'm like, no, that's not how you say it. Because I think he called him Steve, from Disney. That Steve's always like Rob Wiska, and it's Rob Wiska. And I'm always like, it's Wiska. I say it every time out loud while I'm watching the stream.
Rob Wiska.
I got you, Rob.
Oh, he does. He does say it. He still says it wrong every single time. I noticed that too. Wiska. Yeah. I don't know. But Piglet True is another one. We were talking about that last night.
But Zip does that on purpose. It's
Piglet
a thing now.
Yeah.
Piglet True.
Pickle True.
Or Pigletruski.
Tim, you don't have to spell things right. I know exactly what you're saying. And yes, I am skeptical. I just want my Disney store open so I can get back there and I don't know, blow money on stuff I don't need, I guess.
Hello, Ellen. Look skeptical. Skeptical. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's like me when autocorrect gets me, and it's like it's almost like a whole thread of me trying to correct myself, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah. This is so frustrating.
I don't think there's a Mulan set as of yet. There may be when the movie comes out, but I'm sure there's somebody who's made a custom minifigure or like a custom Mulan set, but I haven't seen one.
Typing
Speaking
around
of which, Caitlin, if you or Kate, if you like Mulan, I actually have a cool story, which I've told probably 100. I feels like 100 times, but I went one day. It was after the stream. I was streaming with Lynn, and me and Britt just kind of decided to go down south Nashville. And the guy who is the creator and animator of Mushu, along with some other animators, had like this little free thing down there, and I got to go meet him, and I got his book, and he signed a Funko Pop of Mushu for me. And
that's so cool. Did you bring it with you?
Yeah, well, I made it a point to find it and buy it before I left.
Nice.
Like I was here and like I started hunting it. I was like, oh, I have to get this before this thing starts. So as soon as the stream was over, I changed real quick. We left, and then I'm like, I got to find this Mushu Funko Pop. And I remembered seeing one at a GameStop, but it was like a giant Mushu. I'm like, I'm not going to go get a giant Mushu to take to this guy.
Yeah.
Like, come walk in with this big giant toy. And I found it, and I went and picked it up and took it, and he signed it, and I bought some of his artwork. And super cool guy. I've been following him for a while on Instagram, but I met him, and then I met one of his partners or friends who, like, it was just crazy. He had animated on some of my favorite Disney movies of all time, and it just blew my mind. Wow. Robin Hood, Treasure Planet, Atlantis. He was the guy that created Milo Thatch and Atlantis, along with so many Winnie the Pooh. And he did Winnie the Pooh movie, Tigger 2, The Rescuers, and then he had worked on stuff that's outside of Disney. Super cool. And the guy, I don't know if you're familiar with it. I know some people in the chat may be, but the guy who created VeggieTales was also there. And he was the voice of Larry the Cucumber, which I didn't realize. Like, I knew that was big because I watched it as a kid, but I didn't realize how big it had gotten.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it got huge.
That's awesome.
Like, they pulled in a ton of Disney animators when Disney laid off a bunch of animators.
That's really, really cool. I remember that day that you went there. You said it was just so incredible.
Yeah. It's right here. If I can get it out behind Torture Mickey.
Yeah. Autocorrect has had me send some terrible text messages. Yeah, I'd have to check myself.
He even drew like a little Mushu face on there.
That's so cool. I love it.
It was super cool to have met him. And he kept my Sharpie, but I was totally cool with it. Like, he signed it. I went and bought gold Sharpies just so he could use it to sign. And he kept it.
Metropolitan.
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 Why does it still sound different when we're both saying it?
It's Metropolitan. To me, it sounds like it reminds me of Metropolis. So it's like Superman, Metropolis, Metropolitan.
Metropolitan. I think I said it right that time. Oh, man. Mulan.
But yeah, it was cool. And they have him and his brother. So to add to that, so Tony has a brother who is Tony, and I think his name is Tom. They're twin brothers, and they both work for Disney Animation. And so Tony, the guy that did Mushu, animated young Simba, and his brother animated Pumbaa, and was also one of the producers of The Lion King, along with some other stuff. But
hey, Living
really cool.
That is so cool.
It was cool. And What?
How long did it last? Like the whole
A couple hours,
really?
beginning to end. We weren't there crazy long. Britt didn't want to go, and so she was kind of ticked that it took so long. Like it was cool, but it was like it was kind of a ways away. It was like I don't know, maybe an hour away.
Yeah.
For me, it was priceless because
That's
it
not too
like it,
bad.
and it didn't cost anything to get in.
That's amazing.
But like I guess they all work for a college here now.
Yeah.
And animation and all that from a lot of people is just kind of subbed out, or like it's all done remotely, so like they can do it from their home office and send it in because it's all digital. But
So how did you find it? How did you stumble across that was
from
happening?
his Instagram page, he
Oh,
posted about it,
okay.
and he's I've been following him. I didn't realize like how big he was when I initially started following him.
Right.
But I follow people like that because it's kind of aligned with what I do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had posted something, and I knew that he lived in Nashville. And so I didn't realize that he worked for this college. But then I saw that and all the people that was going to be there, and it was super cool.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear his take on um, the new Mulan, because this was before of course, all the pandemic stuff. So um, he was he told us that he kind of felt relieved, because if it was, if he was pulled in, or people asked him what his thoughts were on Mushu not being in Mulan, and he's like, I'm kind of relieved, because then it's still my Mushu. It's not something else.
Another version of it that
Right.
you may or may not enjoy.
Right. But it's pretty cool. It's just Josh, because that's just the last time I used StreamYard. It was just there, and I just used it. I was just getting used to Triple P. You can still call me Triple P or Trip P or Practically Park Hopping or Joshua or Pooski or whatever. I'm sure there's names worse than those that people call me. That's that's not on in the chat.
Yeah. There are worse things to be called.
That's true.
That's funny. Yeah, that's a really cool experience. I don't know that there's going to be like anything crazy going on anytime soon. But
no, it's been interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It was cool. They were talking about Hollywood studios, and that used to be an animation studio. They actually put movies out there. Like they had a full animator section, and movies were actually made. And
that's cool.
It was cool to hear their experience with that, and meeting people that's involved. And
yeah, that's really awesome. I was on property yesterday, and the Skyliner is running. That's cool.
I saw that the cards were up. I didn't hear that it was running though, so that's good. That's comforting. That like kind of warms my heart a little bit, actually. Yeah. It's like, oh, a little bit of normalcy, because it's weird, because it's like so many of us, me, Lynn, so many of you in chat, but like us creators, like when we're not at the park, like we still have park stuff to talk about because there's stuff still going on. Right. And there's people that are out there like Jackie or Nate or some of these other creators that's there frequently, Josh and Jenna, who are, going and seeing things and doing things, or, experiencing things firsthand when they release, and gives us all stuff to talk about. And then when they're not there or things aren't happening, it's like, oh, yeah. What do I do? What do I talk about?
It's disappointing. I mean, it is, but
wait, Jenny, 5th wedding anniversary. Well, this is the best place you could be for that. No, I'm honestly, you're totally cool. Super honored that you jumped in on your wedding anniversary.
Yeah,
happy anniversary. I wish you would have said that earlier.
Yeah, I hope you guys have the best anniversary day ever.
I hope you scoop some dip and eat some cheese. Better yet, scoop some cheese as a dip.
Dip and cheese it up. Just don't eat the parm crisps, because your breath will stink.
Exactly.
Happy anniversary, Johnny.
Yep. Have a great day. Hopefully it's beautiful down there in Chattanooga for you guys.
Champagne, cake, and fancy pizza in our future. That's amazing. You
I love
enjoy.
fancy pizza.
Yeah.
I think it was last weekend, maybe, Lynn, you posted a picture of your deep dish.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think Kate was beside me. I'm like, look at this pizza. I want this pizza.
So good.
There's nothing like that near us that's deep dish. There used to be, and they closed.
Yeah. It's so good.
Oh, did you hear about Starbucks? Speaking, it's coffee contemplation, so we got to talk a little bit about coffee. But did you hear about Starbucks?
No, I didn't. Sandy
They're
Pandy has
closing.
fun with the kids.
They're
Thank you for hanging
closing
out.
like 200,
What?
like 200 stores. Yeah,
Really? Why?
just the hit they took on, COVID-19 stuff. Josh, come down sometime.
Really?
We'll take you to our local pizza spot that's the best in the world. Yeah, I need to go to Chattanooga. I've never actually gone. Last time I was in Chattanooga, we stopped coming through, and I ate at this really great biscuit place in downtown Chattanooga. That was super, super stupid good. And then, other than that, like I was at the aquarium like years and years ago, but I need to come down and like see the choo choo and all that stuff.
How far away is Chattanooga from where you're at?
Yes, Maple Street Biscuit Company. Oh my God, it was so good. It's probably like 3 hours, 3.5
Oh,
hours, give or
really?
take. We go through a time change because that's Eastern time zone, and I'm in
Okay.
Central. Tennessee is in 2 time zones, so it's real. So is Florida.
Oh, yeah. Up top,
Yeah,
way up there.
when I lived in Fort Walton, we were in Central.
Yeah, that's so weird. It's so weird.
It is weird. Now I get frustrated that I'm in Central time because like everybody I know almost is in Eastern time.
Yeah. It's weird for me to try to remember that. Hey, Shep, welcome in.
Shep,
Yeah.
Shep.
Sherp.
It's like seeing like Bigfoot, like that. That iconic photo of Bigfoot that's like
Yeah.
probably faked. That like you see like Bigfoot in stride and he's got his head turned.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I imagine every time Shep pops into a stream. I imagine that picture.
That's great.
Oh,
Welcome
so
in.
we talk about all sorts of stuff here. That sounds like a great idea, Jenny. I'll have to take you up on that.
Aquarium.
So
Yay.
on Diz and That, they were talking about treasure. So I'm a sucker for those kind of things. I love the show Expedition Unknown. Most people don't realize that there's actually a photo of Josh Gates from Expedition Unknown in the queue for Expedition Everest.
Really?
Lynn, I don't know if you've ever watched Expedition Unknown, but it's a super cool show. It's like a modern day Indiana Jones. Josh Gates, super awesome. I think you guys really like it probably. But he had covered it on one of his shows, this
Yeah.
hidden treasure that this author had planted, and people were starting to give up on it. They were thinking that it was completely like fake, that this guy was senile and just said something about this treasure, but it was just recently found, and luckily the author's still alive, super old but still alive, and they found it and it's worth $1 million. Somebody actually found the hidden treasure.
Wow.
But there's also another kind of hidden treasure that Josh Gates has talked about that's based on a book called The Secret that I think it was published in 1984. That author has passed, but everybody thought that was faked. But only 2, I think there's maybe 8. I might be wrong on the number. I think it's 8 of these different like secrets in this book. And each secret it's like a mural painted by this guy. And Josh Gates goes and talks to the guy who painted them, and
Right.
the painting is full of these Easter eggs, and it's like a map, this painting. So you have to like depict this picture and look at all the little details and find it. And only 2, I think of 2 or 3 have actually been found of these jewels. And once you crack it, it leads you to a place, and it's a rare jewel.
Huh.
And two of them have been found, so they're real. Or you find something and you turn it into the family and they give you the jewel or something. But it just
Yeah.
blows my mind, these stories. And I don't know. I thought that was super cool that they mentioned that. I think it was Zip mentioned it, but there's like a whole thing. I totally recommend anybody go look that stuff up. Crazy.
Expedition Unknown.
Yeah, Expedition Unknown, and then the secret treasure. You can probably Google just the secret book treasure, and it'll pull it up, that story. But in the one that I just mentioned, it was actually like in like the New York Times and stuff because they just found it.
That's crazy. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, it stuff blows my mind. I love like modern, because see, here's the thing, like when I think about like the 1920s or the early 1900s, there was still a lot of the world that was unknown. Like all this ancient history, like, you know, Indiana Jones era, or, you know, like the typical like adventurer, like going back to the SEA, like that era.
Yeah.
There's still so much that was unknown. And like, you know, the pyramids weren't like really dove into yet. There was like all this world that was still mysterious. And so like when we find little tidbits of that today, it sparks it intrigues me.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Imagine how many like buried treasures there are out there from, you know, like those underground times where there was like, you know,
oh yeah,
just they were hiding it so that they wouldn't get you know, looted by, it was just like the wild west, but here, you know, like
or like the Templar treasure. What happened to all that?
The what?
The Templars. Are you familiar with the Templars? Have you watched National Treasure? With Nick Cage?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so at the end of National Treasure, they find all this treasure. The Templars, it's said the Templars had all these treasures and jewels from all over the world, and they stored them and hid them. And like the Curse of Oak Island, supposedly they think that the Templar treasure could be there. Like there's all these rumors, and there's like a show on Netflix now that's it's kind of like kind of reminds me of like a Freeform ABC Family type show, or a show that'd be like on MTV called Outer Banks. It's about OBX, you know, the Outer Banks of I think it's South Carolina or North Carolina, but
that's so cool.
But they find they find hidden treasure, and I love all that stuff. Or like shipwrecks.
Yeah.
You know, the only place that's really unknown in the world today is stuff that's buried or like in the trenches of the ocean.
Right. I think that there's a lot of buried treasure out there. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh, I'm sure there's still a lot of buried treasure out there. I love like stuff like that. I like old tidbits of history. That's why I have like little pieces of like old wars and.
Well, I think that's part of why you love like the secrets, you know,
the SEA.
Yeah. Right? Because it's all kind of interconnected.
Well, it's all mysterious, you know?
Yeah. I think somebody would like that to watch people try and find it in Oklahoma.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
But I love it, like when you see people find like old Viking weapons and stuff. It's just there are still Spanish galleons that have not been found.
Imagine how much is in like the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, I know. Don't you just wish you could just take like a super powered magnet and just run it over the ocean?
Oh man.
Give it some time. Elon Musk will develop it.
Yeah, right. Give it a few years. Where is Oak Island?
It's up in Newfoundland, I believe.
Okay.
Up like on the eastern coast of Canada.
Gotcha. Speaking of, wait for it.
This is when we need like Ecamm, where I can use like a little
sound effect.
Yeah, like a little drum roll. I heard they were launching 54 new satellites today.
Really? That's crazy. 50? How?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But, and you know, keep in mind that circling our planet is tons of like satellites and dead satellites.
Yeah.
And just, like space trash.
Yeah.
Because like once a satellite dies, the only way to get it down is to shoot it down.
That's crazy.
I think
When
the satellites is Jeff Bezos, who's the guy that owns Amazon.
some of those. What's the reason for the satellites?
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't looked into it.
54
It
is
has
a
to do
lot.
with the new gaming consoles coming out in the fall.
Oh man, those things are gonna be so expensive.
Oh, Kate must be here. I just got a notification. Like,
You got a chip in, Kate? How do you, how do you get a notification?
what's up, Jonathan? No, it's one of those Life 360 things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hey, Jonathan.
that's how involved Kate is around here. Is she's in our family's Life 360 circle.
That's great. Kate's awesome.
We have our own Kate. Kate, make it blue, Kate. We have a Kate, a triple P Kate.
A triple P Kate. She's a lot of fun. She's in some of the vlogs.
Yeah, she's been on Coffee and Contemplation before, I think.
Yeah, she did. Back in, it was a while ago. Like back when, I went and tried to look and see when we first started doing this, and I think our 1 year anniversary of Coffee and Contemplation is in the end of August, I believe.
Oh, really?
The middle of August. I thought it was coming up sooner than that. That's why I looked.
We've been pretty consistent, except for the time I took a break.
Even then,
You still did it.
I still did it and had guests on and stuff. So I don't think between the two of us, I don't think we've ever missed a week.
Let's see. So
Maybe one.
It'd be one or two. So this one, I don't think the one that we're doing right now. What's today's date? Today's like what, the 11th?
13th.
13th. So this one's not on the playlist. So I think for the most part, all of them are on the playlist.
I'll have to go and double check. I think you have to put mine on the playlist.
No, you should be able to link it too.
Maybe after it's over I can, because when I'm setting it up, I can't. It doesn't pop up in my playlist before we stream.
So it's we have 32, including this one, based off the playlist. There might be more than that.
I think there's more. I'll have to go through and double check. I'll do that today.
Still kind of crazy though.
Yeah.
32. That's a lot of contemplating. It's a lot of coffee.
That's a lot of randomness.
I wonder how many gallons of coffee that is.
Oh, that's funny. We'll have to do something really fun for our 1 year birthday-versary stream. Yeah. I'll double check and see what the date will be so we can plan it out. But
so it is SpaceX. It is cool. SpaceX launching. But I wonder if Jeff Bezos owns the satellites. I think that might be what it is. Because Jeff Bezos puts satellites up. Elon Musk just puts whatever up. He's launched his car. How to see SpaceX's Starlink train in the night sky. You could post a link here, Tim.
That's really cool.
Tim, you're a mod, so you should be able to post a link.
He sent, yeah, I got it too. On my phone.
You can post it here.
But yeah, I don't know why I was like randomly thinking about that, because I thought that we were way closer to 1 year, but I think that I looked at it, and right when we started, that was when we announced like the partner channel thing, and we did our giveaway for the partner channel.
The big one that
Joe
won. Yeah,
Joe won. That was monstrous. Oh, I'm never gonna do that again.
You lucked out though. He got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it was.
He had to have like one of those big rig delivery trucks, like when you get an appliance delivered.
It came on a pallet.
Yeah. He had to sign for it. They dropped it in his garage.
Yeah. Oh, it's craziness. But we can make that a lot of fun, and I can get together some stuff, and we'll do like little giveaways throughout the stream of like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. It'll be fun. I want to do that.
Yeah, maybe we can do what Doesn't That did, where they had like guests come on. They just
yeah,
link, And then everyone just they just kind of funneled everyone through.
Yes.
That would be cool. To
That would be
everybody
really
hop
cool.
on and cheers their coffee.
Yeah.
We'll have to make sure like Bill and I'd love to see Joe. Like we haven't seen Bill on here in a while, or Joe, Jeff. Jeff kind of pops in and out, but you never know. Like I don't know how many people are watching now, but people Ninja watch too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Mom, if you're watching, hi, I love you. I found out she was watching one of my streams the other day, but she doesn't know how to type in the chat. She didn't realize that like that was a thing.
I had to show my mom how to do it.
Yeah. So I thought that was so cool that she was watching me. And some of my people from work, they watch now. I found out they were here on Thursday, and that was really, really cool. And all of you guys just here, tried and true. I know we've got a lot less than we normally do this week. I'm assuming because Corey's in
Probably.
SeaWorld Live, but no hard feelings ever. If, you can't be here when you can, we appreciate it. If you can't, we understand it, or, you got other things going on, totally get it. But we appreciate, each minute that you guys spend with us. So there's that.
Yeah, lots of people are over there, which I don't blame them.
Yeah.
And that happens. Like, people just stream when they can, and
Yeah.
especially the big streamers. They're gonna stream when they have the time to stream, especially for large streams. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I get it. I have a overlappage on Thursday nights with Corey quite often. And it is what it is. It's fine.
I need to get my notebook out and my pen so I can take notes of who's there and not here, though.
Present.
No, I'm kidding.
Like when Jenny, we were like, I was like, yeah, and then you're like, no, she wasn't here, and then she popped up a minute later. It was so funny. Party.
I'm just like when it comes to being in streams, sometimes like sometimes I'll pop in and say hi, and then I'll go do some other things, and then I'll come back and see where it is. I'm not gonna say hi like 12 times because that's like
yeah.
I don't want to just like keep like I don't want the notoriety of everybody saying hi to me.
Right.
Especially when you're on your phone. Like Shep knows, we've talked about it. When you're on your phone and everybody's saying hi, and it's like because you can't tag on your phone.
I can't. I'm always on my phone when I'm in streams, so I'm never on a laptop or desktop. I can't tag anyone. So I try to say hi to everybody because I don't want to be mean, but at the same time,
I just say hi, everyone.
Yeah. I am ninja mode a lot. So it might not look like I'm that present in the community, but I pop in and out of streams quite often. Try to, go in, hit the thumbs up and see what's going on, but I can't always be there and be, active chat because I'm, either cooking dinner or doing something else. And, it is.
Sorry, I'm texting Britt to ask her to get me more coffee.
I was telling Tim said I was telling everyone I had to be here. It gets me out of things I don't want to do. And James says the other streamers are cool, but for my sanity, starting Saturday with you two is the best. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that, James.
Yeah, me too. It is the best. I love just the disconnect of just hanging out, talking usually about food and drinking coffee. Tim says, no chaos here, just friends drinking coffee and talking. Magic thumbs on the phone.
So I've convinced James to get a Lego Star Wars set.
Yes.
And a pretty sizable one. So now I'm trying to convince Tim to get a Lego. And Shep, I don't think Shep needs much convincing. I just think that Shep just needs to pull the trigger. Yeah. What's up, Blue Nose?
Hey, Chris. Welcome in. How are you today? I hope you're feeling good. Hickok from Pleasant View, Tennessee. Now I got 2 reasons to visit one day.
He does a lot of reviews on firearms. I thought he was in Texas though, so Pleasant View's pretty close. Maybe I should go see Hickok. Maybe I should not go see Hickok. Maybe I should see if he even appreciates visitors, because if I pull up on that guy's property, I might get some unwelcome treats in my car.
Oh. Tim says convinced. Wow, that is a nice way to say it.
I was giving
Uh,
Orca facts on Corey's stream. Sorry, I'm late. Yeah, Chris, I believe
aw.
I believe I saw that you were going to Norway to go see orcas like in person. That is amazing.
That's
Hey, I
amazing.
want to go to um, Norway just to go to Norway to see the history because I have like this thing for
Yeah.
Vikings. Uh,
Yeah.
it's I don't
You? Pretty sure you have a Viking hat around there somewhere.
know, not a Viking hat, but I do have a Viking tattoo.
No, don't you remember that big furry one with like the
Oh yeah, it's over
horns
there.
coming
Yeah,
out of
it's
it?
actually pretty close.
Get painted your face. That's funny. Yeah.
Sure, he would like get you into John Cheap hobby. I also, not to jump into this because I know that it's controversial and I don't want to stir controversy, but I'm also a pretty big firearms guy myself. Being in the military and stuff, it's just a natural progression. In
Um,
Tennessee, if you've watched the movie Shooter with Mark Wahlberg, in that movie, there's an old guy that he goes to see who makes rifles, and he's in Tennessee, and he tells Mark Wahlberg's character, "Hey, welcome to Tennessee, the great state of shooting stuff," or something like that.
how's this itchy? That's
This
funny.
might be his Royal Order of Water Buffalo hat. Yeah, from the Flintstones. Which, hey, the Flintstones have a Lego set, Tim. There's a Flintstones Lego set for you out there.
That's funny. Um, we snorkeling with orcas in Norway next year. That is so cool, Chris. Wow. I don't know. I think I'd have an anxiety attack. It would freak me out.
That's. I feel um, like I mean, I don't know. I don't know like the temperament of orcas. I've heard different things, but like I feel like that's like one of those once in a lifetime things, and I feel like the water in Norway is something special. Chris, while you're in Norway, I mean, you're not that far from Denmark. You might as well just hop a quick little puddle jumper and go to Billund and go see the Lego
The
headquarters.
Lego. Yeah. That's so cool.
Always be closing Lego, Josh. Yeah, ABCL. I wish I got some perks from that, but I don't. Um,
Hey, downscale. You were hilarious last night. I was cracking up. Oh my God. He was so funny on Jeff's stream.
so Britt's little brother has friends with he's friends with a kid that's here in our town, and they took him with them on a road trip, and they went on it was supposed to be like an RV trip that they were going to plan, but
Uh-huh.
with everything going on in the world, they just decided to take their own vehicle and stay in hotels. But they've gone to like so many amazing places. They've been to Zion National Park. They stayed in a like an Airbnb in Colorado on an alpaca farm.
Yeah.
um, they've gone to see the
That's
horseshoe,
crazy.
like it's in all these photos, but it's like a bend. I forget the name of the park, but it's like a river that goes around in a horseshoe. It's in the desert.
It's
There's
just
so
around the
many
riverbend.
places, basically, yeah. But he's gone to like all these amazing Midwest places. Probably, I don't know. God, he's probably been to like what 12 parks, Brett?
At least.
Like on this amazing road trip that's been like 3 weeks long, and I
That's
think it
so
might be
cool.
Big Bend National Park. They went to a bunch of them: Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and they ended at the Grand Canyon.
That's so cool.
They just went to the Grand Canyon yesterday, and now they're on their way back home. It's going to take them 4 days to get back home from where they're at, but just some amazing places that they've gone. And we were talking about how he's 15, and so this is like one of those trips that that's like he'll never forget.
Right. I want to do something similar to that, but it's a cheese crawl across Wisconsin. Go across the entire state and try and cheese
of,
from all
of course you want to.
Just a road trip
It'll be
all
as far
around.
as possible in Norway. If you look
That's
up
cool.
Tremosa, that's where I'll be. That's amazing, Chris. Enjoy that. Enjoy every second of it. I wish I knew all the places. He's been sending us pictures, and They've been to places like where one day it was like in the 70s and then they drove and then it was snowing.
That's the Midwest for you. That's like iconic Michigan. It'd be 80 degrees one day, and the next day you get snow on the ground. It's
Yeah, they saw
crazy.
the Rocky Mountains, and just for a 15-year-old, like that's mind-boggling. Like that, like I'm so grateful to the family that took him to do that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I just hope he appreciates like how awesome that is for a kid his age to be able to do.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, Tim, you can definitely have beer with your cheese or wine. I would have wine. You could have beer. I'll have the wine.
I like beer with my cheese. I
Oh.
like to pair beer with cheese.
And Blue Nose is exactly right. It's Saturday, Tim. No need to spell or speak correctly. Just as long as you have some coffee,
Yeah,
we'll all be good. We can, no rules. Like very chill. You can misspell as much as you need to.
I don't think Brett has her phone. I texted her, but she's in here.
Wow.
Did you see my text? I asked her for coffee, so I didn't have to leave the stream.
Did she just handed it to you? Didn't she?
No, no, she's just in here.
Oh, oh. Well, she can come and say
Oh,
hi.
Chris had cheese curds in Madison, Wisconsin yesterday.
Oh, I'm gonna have to rewatch it. Which ones were those? Were those the ones that were like number one on the list? All of them look so good. I'm gonna fry up that cheese today. I found a cheese that you don't have to put breading on, and it's a squeaky cheese, so you can just fry it without the
What
batter.
is it?
I can't remember what it's called. I was looking for I think it's called halloumi, but they didn't have it. So I got this other one that's supposed to have a higher melting point, so it'll crisp up on the sides, on the outside, but be like soft and like gooey, chewy squeakiness on the inside.
Mm.
Um,
I love going to Culver's and getting cheese curds from there.
maybe she's
Oh,
through
Tim likes
running this.
Artemis Fowl. Tim, without giving any spoilers, did you like Artemis Fowl? Let me know.
Oh,
James, did you see James's comment?
yeah, that's what I was just laughing at. I love that.
Lynn and gosh.
Chris, that's so awesome. I'm so happy you got to try those. That's making me even more hungry. I'm talking food so much. Yeah, halloumi and paneer is the Indian version of that too, I think.
So where Britt's grandparents live, they live in Toccoa, Georgia. Like a little bit north between their house and Chattanooga is a little town called Helen, Georgia. And some of you who are around here, Tim, you heard of Helen. Um, it's a pretty well known little town. It's like a little Bavarian town, like a kind of like a Gatlinburg, like a little mountain town.
Uh-huh.
And they have a little German place there that like specializes in
Ooh.
like fried cheese. They had all this different fried cheese. Yeah, it's big on motorcycle routes. Like there's some like scenic roads that kind of connect through there.
Yum.
But they have that that little cheesy place. And I was so depressed. We were in Helen one day, and that was the highlight. I was like, I don't care what we do. I just want to eat at the fried cheese place. And they were
Hey, Attacking Bones, welcome in. Oh, very squeaky. I love that. I'm definitely having my squeaky cheese today. I'll put pictures on Instagram. Keep you guys updated on my cheese stats today. I'm gonna put a dent in quite a few cheeses today. So,
I just love cheese.
yeah, you gotta have. You like truffle, right?
Oh yeah.
The truffle goat
Remember we
cheese.
had a whole conversation about truffle fries.
Oh yeah.
Uh, uh, oh, I can't remember the name of that burger place, but yeah.
Yeah, truffle fries are more common now. They're incredible with Parmesan, some shredded Parmesan and truffle oil, the bomb. But they have this truffle goat cheese. I think I've talked about it before. I know I was talking to Tim about it last night, but at Publix. If they don't have it at your Publix, you can talk to the cheese expert person that's in that area and they can order it specially for you.
Nice.
So good. So good.
So I
Truffles as
like
in the fungi, yes.
so at Carrabba's. Now I know you don't like chicken, and that's like some chicken's prepared really great, especially chicken brine at Carrabba's, which has goat cheese on it.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, I could just eat the toppings of that chicken. It's sun-dried tomato, some seasonings, and goat cheese, and it's
Yum.
just so rich. Oh,
I feel like we make everybody hungry on Saturday morning.
well, at least so don't blame us for making you hungry. Thank us for making you have a good lunch because we make you want good food, and then you're like, oh, I gotta go get it.
Yeah, exactly. No, I highly recommend it. If you guys like truffle and you have a Publix is your grocery store, they will do that. They will order it for you. You just need to talk to your cheese counter people, and it's amazing. I haven't even used it in making a dish yet. I just slice it and eat it, but it'd probably totally blow any food dish out of the water.
James, nice spin, Josh. You need to be in politics. I'll take the high road on that one.
I like that.
Politics just probably isn't my forte. I don't think I have the patience for politics.
Um, I think it's by Boar's Head and it's truffle goat cheese.
Boar's Head makes some good stuff. So
Yeah,
there's a guy. His last name is legit Christmas,
that's amazing.
and he makes like he's just like I think he might be like a chef. I'm not
Hmm.
sure, but he always posts all this really good food that he makes. He's known kind of in our community for his cinnamon rolls. He makes homemade cinnamon rolls, and they're
Yum.
like amazing. And my friend Sam, he knows him really well. But
Yeah,
he posted a photo of a charcuterie board the other day, and it was an amazing, amazing charcuterie board. Like it
nice.
had everything on it, even blackberries.
Really?
I was just like, it was huge, and I was so jealous because I could just sit and eat a charcuterie board.
Yeah. I'll
Sans olives
eat
because
all the
olives are gross. They're
cheese.
the devil's grapes.
Yeah. Not so much on the olives. I love past older pair said today's chat agenda: food, Legos, food, Disney, food, Legos, food, food.
And some
Oh,
coffee was in
yeah.
there. And we talked about animation. The devil's
We
grapes,
did.
yes, 100%. Those are olives. Um, yep, they're not intended to be consumed by humans. They weren't intended to be on this earth. As a matter of fact, they were planted by demons. They're just not good.
We love
They're
olive oil though. That comes from olives. We wouldn't have that.
yeah, but that's the appropriate way to consume olives.
But
No, I'm kidding. Britt and all her family love olives. See now because I'm thrown off by Lego because it's the plural for Lego is Lego. But because of that, it throws me off with regular words. Like I
yeah.
just used the singular term of olive, plural. Like, oh, Britt and her family, they love olive. But I meant olives.
Like, who is this olive person? um, that's funny.
We know a little girl named Olive. That's what her dad is her biological dad is a chef. And they named her Olive.
That's cute. I actually like that as a name. Chris says Saturday morning talks are definitely different than checking in with you, talks Lynn. Oh, well, this week was an interesting one. Oh, did you see in chat where I said that Sean went through and I like heard my voice coming from the balcony and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm looking for the timestamp when I scared you with the peel." Because he missed it on the stream because he was scaring me, and so he wanted to like find the timestamp so he could
She should screen record it and make it a GIF.
she so that he could rewatch him scaring me. And it was very, very sweet. He's so sweet. That was funny. Oh boy. Olive is important to Popeye. Yes, she is.
I saw where you know the old show Dinosaurs? You know, the
Yeah.
family of dinosaurs. It's gonna be on Disney Plus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Whenever I think of that, I think of Elf too. I don't know why, like I put them. They're just like in the same category.
Elf and Dinosaur?
Elf, like the puppet thing that was a TV show.
Oh, Alf.
Yeah.
You said Elf.
I said
Maybe that's
Elf.
just your accent.
Alf. I have to say it like that. Yeah, ALF. Oh, I don't know. Okay, well,
It still
that's
throws me off that The Simpsons is Disney. Like every time I open it and I see something Simpsons, I'm like,
how. I don't know. That's weird.
it's weird, but Disney doesn't think so when they're stacking that cash off of that IP from Universal.
Yeah. James, I was thinking of Popeye too when we started talking about olive oil. I used to watch Popeye growing up. Did you watch it?
I remember watching it, but I remember the spinach. Like it used
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
I think it still is Popeye branded. And
Yeah.
I was just weird as a kid. I don't really eat spinach now as an adult, but as a kid I would eat it, and I would only eat it if Popeye was on the can. You know
Yeah.
something else I used to watch as a kid that's weird is I used to watch, and I found him. He's still around, and he makes like Facebook Live videos. But it was a TV chef named Pasquale, and that was my favorite show as a little kid. I would always watch Pasquale. It was a cooking show. I don't know why, but I love Pasquale.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, he's an Italian guy, and he's got a Facebook page. I follow him. And you know how I found out that he has a Facebook page?
But
I didn't even know it. It's like recent. Brian, who we know mutually. I can't remember his last name. Brian starts with a P. Anyways, you know who I'm talking about, right? Brian. You know Ryan, like he used to be in Tom's vlogs.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, he posted it and posted a video from him, and I was like, oh, that's Pasquale. And so I was just like over the moon about it.
That's so that's so funny. Past Older Pair said, is spinach the devil's lettuce? I love spinach. Huge spinach fan. Raw,
See, being
cooked,
from the South,
sauteed, creamed.
we like our greens down here.
Collard, I'm not a huge fan of. I haven't had any collard greens that I liked.
Also, I mentioned it I think on the Lego stream I did last night, but like here, like I don't know. I know like in other families in other parts of the United States, like cast iron is not just a Southern thing, but like it's kind of like a tradition to have like an old, of course with vinegar, Tim. It's kind of like a tradition to have like an old cast iron skillet.
Yeah, I gotta go get a bottle of water. I'll be right back.
And my cast iron is it was my great grandmother's. It's like super old.
Oh, I have one of those too.
It's like, I'm just curious how old it is, but that's what I always make with I always make my cornbread. And like, see, that's another difference between like the nation is everybody makes different cornbread. Like in Texas, they make it flat. Most people, like Hitchhiking Bones, might not make it flat because they're technically from here, but like some people make Jiffy. I make mine like just cornbread, like cornmeal, buttermilk, corn oil.
My favorite way to consume cornbread is I used to make this. It was like a cornbread casserole, where you put creamed corn in it and eggs, and it's like custardy. That's my favorite way to consume cornbread.
Yeah, and I like also every now and then I'll make it like a jalapeno cheddar
Ooh,
with chunks of corn in it. That's more
yum.
like Southwest style, but like my basic cornbread is just cornbread. I know that sounds so vague. What I like my cornbread is in cornbread form.
Rob Wojska said, outside listening while mowing the lawn. Quick observations. Not the mama. Lynn said elf. Wisconsin cheese curls rule. What is squeaky cheese? I thought Artemis Fowl was great.
I love that.
Oh, that's hilarious. Squeaky cheese
I
is
wish I
life
could develop.
changing.
I wish there was just like a simple way to put like coffee contemplation into like a sentence, but that's pretty good.
That is. Nailed it.
Like that little clip on a t-shirt. Welcome to coffee contemplation.
Yeah. We're gonna have to come up with something like that.
Yeah.
Like where it just has the things that say like a word with like a period after, and then
Yes.
at the very bottom or on the back it'll say like coffee. That is coffee and contemplation.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so cool. I still need to order a coffee and contemplation shirt. I have this piece of hair. Okay, side note really quick. Ever since Thursday night, talking about the horrible disgustingness that is spiders, my hair it's getting really long, and it is on like my arms, and then I shed and it'll touch my legs, and I get the heebie-jeebies. I have had the heebie-jeebies for 2 days straight out of like the hair tickles. Like I'm sure you probably felt it like Brit's
Yeah, I know what you're
hair
talking
on
about.
you, and then
Yeah.
you feel it and it feels like something's crawling on you, and you just like randomly, smack yourself like a psycho. And I've had that for 2 days straight, guys, ever since
So
Thursday night stream. So I'm gonna.
you really should be pretty thankful about where you live, because the two places you've lived are Michigan and Florida, right?
Mhm.
So neither one of those are known for brown recluses.
I thought brown recluse is in Florida.
Not according to the brown recluse ramp. They're not common to Florida or Michigan, but here in Tennessee, they're quite common.
Really?
And as a matter of fact, we're in the red zone for them. And we had a apartment when we first got married, and like I did not like there wasn't a day that went by that I didn't kill one, and I don't like spiders. So my grandfather,
brown
one of
recluse?
the things, yeah, they were all over the place, and like the way it was told to me is in this state.
Oh, it's happening.
Like you might not see them in your house, but they're there. That's why they're called a recluse.
Okay.
But they're and it's kind of like poison ivy. So like not everybody's allergic to their bite, but if you are allergic, it's necrosis. It's just like gross. Like not everybody is going to get that, but some people do. And I don't like spiders. And in that house, they were in varying sizes. And my grandfather passed on a pool cue to me. That was his. He was a pool shark. And I never met him. He was the one that I have all the military stuff from. And so I would just put together.
I'm pulling my feet off the ground because I don't want to.
Well, you don't have them in Florida.
I can't help the heebie-jeebies. So finish your story.
So I put the pull cue together, and I would kill them with the pull cue. And then that got old. So then I went and bought an airsoft gun that shoots the little plastic BBs. And I would use that. And I would shoot them from across the room because I didn't want to get close to them.
How big are they?
They range in size. The smaller is the more potent, but I've killed them like that big before.
Mm-hmm.
Like compared to my phone, compared to my AirPods case, they were like,
okay. Yeah.
But I don't see them too much where we're at now. But this morning I got in a fight with one, and I'm in the shower and I look down and there's one on the floor. That was fun.
Did that happen
today?
There's
nothing there. Yeah, but there's nothing like getting a spider, any kind of spider, in your car while you're driving.
No, that's the worst. That is the absolute worst.
Oh, thanks, Pass Holder Pair. Absolutely. That we're here every Saturday. We switch channels.
We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for that super chat.
Yeah, and so yeah, they're in Texas.
Blue Nose, you just said we won't mention the camel spider today. You mentioned it. Oh, that
But
was
see,
neat. Oh my
bees don't
God.
bother me. My dad's allergic to bees, and when he was enlisted and everything, he had to carry an EpiPen
Uh-huh.
because they would be in some spots that there's all kinds of stuff. But I don't mind bees. Now, wood bees, big Tennessee. I tell people Tennessee's like a rainforest, right? We have all matter of creatures that want to hurt you and kill you. That are
That's so
poisonous, and
gross.
they're all
Yeah.
small. Like we've got snakes, and the smaller the snake, the more poisonous it is. We got spiders. The smaller the spider, the more poisonous it is. We've got black widows, brown recluses, copperheads, rattlesnakes, water moccasins. The list goes on and on.
Did you see what James Ryan said?
Oh no.
Yeah, at the recently concluded Brown Recluse Convention, a resolution was passed to explore Florida, particularly in the Boca area. Just saying. They love to get into cardboard boxes.
Yeah,
All right.
I've been digging for like cables, and like I have like a, you know how like printer paper when you get it in bulk, it comes in like those boxes, and they got the lid. So I keep like excess like coax cables and stuff in one of those boxes.
Uh-huh.
And I went digging for a cable one day, and there was a brown recluse in the bottom just scurrying around. I'm like, oh great, just sticking my hands in here.
Oh,
Nothing like that heebie-jeebies. Like you see one and it's like real close, and you jerk your hand back.
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to like pull my feet off the floor and like bring it in because I'm getting like can't see under my desk.
All matter of things that want to kill you in Tennessee. I don't think I read that on the Chamber of Commerce flyer.
You without mentioning it.
Tim, I bet you do. Yeah, there's just, and then we've got mountains and bears, and
Oh boy,
there
Tim.
used to be wolves here. There used to be mountain lions here. There's all kinds of cliffs and things. Like it's just a great place to live.
I can't. I really wish. What?
No.
What is Josh's
Did you see Tim's comment?
I can't read it because I'm laughing at you.
That gave me goosebumps.
Hold on.
Yes, I've heard them called fiddlebacks.
Josh and Ashley
I do not like brown recluses are bad. Black widows give me the heebie-jeebies. They're all shiny and creepy, and they got the little pointy legs, and they're like doop, 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 doop,
doop. Black widows are in Michigan. I remember being terrified of those when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I've never. I don't think I've. Oh no, I did. Oh my God, I have a grosser story.
I've got goosebumps.
I'm getting like the creepy crawlies everywhere right now. I don't even want to tell this story.
Oh no, Tim. No. Oh, I'm getting like no. Okay, let's change the topic.
Oh my God. Okay.
Look at my coffee cup. It's Star Wars.
I saw one once as a kid outside. It was like right by our door wall, and it was just sitting there hanging, and it had a big thing on it that was white, and it was the babies. Like it was the baby sack of black widows.
Snakes. I can deal with snakes all day. Snakes don't bother me at all. Spiders.
Snakes do bother me.
See, it's like extreme for me. Like some people are like, I don't like spiders. I don't like snakes. Me, I'm like, I absolutely hate spiders. Snakes are fine.
Oh man. Billies are well rounded.
I'm fine with Harry Potter spiders, but your story is getting to me.
Oh no, Tim.
Oh yeah. And then because we have so many like woods and forests, we call them woods, but it's forest.
Yeah.
Like we've got them really big spiders that come out of there. That's like that. Wolf spiders. And they're fast. They are fast.
Oh, I was starting to say this, but I really, 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 really wish there was something that I could do to like stop this fear that's just yeah, arachnophobia. I wish I could just do something to stop it, but I can't. Oh, it's so
So
bad.
I've got a funny story so my dad back in the late 90s, 2000s, he used to competition fish. And his partner, I don't know if it's his real name or if it was his nickname. I actually think it's his real name because that's Tennessee. His name was Tank. Like, like Tank tracks with big cannon. That was his
Okay.
name.
Yeah.
And so they were on a bass boat and they're on a lake that's around here. I think it was Percy Priest Lake. And they were going up in a cove. And some of these coves, when you get into like where the creeks run off, which I think Tim used to work around like Tennessee bodies of water. So he probably knows what I'm talking about. But the branches get really low, probably similar to how it is down there in the swamps.
Mhm.
Anyways, they're fishing. And I think it was my dad that cast and he hit a tree limb and a snake fell out in the boat.
Ugh.
And with Tennessee being the great state of shooting things, Tank pulls out a pistol and shoots at the snake, forgetting that they're in a boat,
In a boat.
in a fiberglass boat.
Oh no.
And now they have holes in their boat. Granted, I'm sure you guys have seen bass boats, and when they're, going as fast as they can, they kind of skim the water. So they had to like punch it in this boat to keep the water from filling up to get back to land so they could get their boat on the ramp. But story, he likes to tell that story.
That's so funny.
There's lots of funny stories like that. Like I've got stories of my dad shooting my mom's dad in the rear end with rock salt, shooting at a possum.
Oh no.
My dad getting drunk on cheap beer and peeing on an electric fence. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh no. That's so funny.
Yeah, I would
Well-rounded.
never, ever, ever, ever own a tarantula. Absolutely not.
Yes, hi,
Heck
Chris.
no. Don't like the scene in Home Alone when he holds the tarantula.
No. That would be me. Oh, is that Harry?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I'm
I would
good.
I might have a heart attack and die if that happened to me. I would
If spiders were giant, like
probably
big
pass
spiders,
out.
that wouldn't bother me so much. Like bigger than tarantulas. Like, let's say spiders were the size of raccoons. That wouldn't bother me.
What?
Yeah, that wouldn't bother me if they were big like that. Because then
Mm,
I could shoot at them. But little
mm.
tiny spiders, or even tarantulas, like I can shoot a tarantula. But like camel spiders, you can shoot those. But like brown recluses, you can't hit that. Like
Hey, Sandy
they're
Norris.
scurrying. Yeah, welcome in, Sandy Norris. I apologize for the time you decided to jump in.
Yeah, we're back on spider talk again. So boy, that is gross. A tarantula with big fangs. No, I'm sorry. And they're hairy. Hairy ones with the
Nope.
mm-mm. I
So
can't. Let's done. We're no. Mm-mm. We're done. Oh boy.
I did see I think it was on Discovery. They were talking about in Florida, particularly South Florida, how Burmese pythons are like an invasive species because people have bought them as pets, not realizing what they are on the black
Uh-huh.
market and released them into the wild because they got too big.
Yeah.
And so, like down in the Everglades, you got Burmese pythons that are thriving because that's the environment that they're used to, but
Yeah.
that like there's nothing there. They've become the apex predator because there's nothing to combat them except alligators.
Right.
And I watched a story where one of those Burmese pythons, a larger one, tried to eat an alligator, and then the alligator didn't die, and so it just did a death roll inside the python, and its legs came out the side, and so they both died. It was interesting.
That's insane. Oh man. I know that they're good for eating insects and other things, but
Gold garden spiders are totally fine. Black widows and brown recluses, they're the spawn of Satan. Convince me otherwise. Have you ever seen a camel spider in real life? Tell me that's not evil. What good do those do?
don't
My
want to
dad was
hear
bitten
that
by a
either.
black widow as a kid in the family outhouse. Ooh.
That couldn't have been good. Oh, I bet. That's crazy, Tim. Yeah. Also, Sandy, I am in South Florida too, and no, I don't want to hear that. We're quite close to the Everglades. Yeah, Sandy, another subject. Pick another one.
I've heard a similar story of a snake research lab being hit by Hurricane Andrew and the Burmese pythons got loose.
Oh my God, it's happening again. You guys, I have had, I'm not joking, the heebie-jeebies for 2 days straight.
Next season on Coffee and Contemplation, we could share our feelings about killer hornets. Yeah, I think I'd welcome those. Like that's fine, whatever. Like at this point, 2020 can handle it.
Oh.
Like what else could go wrong?
Sandy says no. Oh, they
In the
just,
fall of 2020, California is going to finally break off of the United States, and Florida is going to get flooded.
yeah, we're in the lost city of Atlantis is my new home.
Yeah, they
Oh,
are a big problem in Florida. The
come
pythons.
on. I don't want to hear that.
I don't think it's so much that they're like, getting like becoming a nuisance to people. I think that it's hurting the ecosystem because, like I said,
Oh.
there's not a competitor to kill them and eat them. So like, they're just eating and killing everything.
Sorry, Sandy. Maybe that's why there's only been 10 people here.
Went
Um,
to SeaWorld to hear. Yeah, we kind of cover. I have watched Coyote Peterson on YouTube. I have, and
I
I think
haven't.
I even saw Coyote Peterson now, like on Discovery. He's a great channel if any of you are curious about like these bugs. Like he's an
Nope.
interesting dude though. He allows these creatures, these insects of various poisons and like bite pain ratios to bite him, and you watch him experience what it's like to get bitten by these bugs.
Okay. But with that, everybody has different pain tolerance. So you don't know on his scale how his scale compares to your scale.
Yeah, but you watch like a poison react on this guy. Still very entertaining.
I hear Evie. Yay.
What do I collect? Well, let's see. We're 2 hours in. I think we got time. Okay. So in my lifetime, obviously, clearly, I collect Lego. That's behind me. That's what you see behind me. I also collect Disney pins. I, at one point, collected Hot Wheels really heavily, and I have a lot of Hot Wheels still in the package that's kind of, put away. But I used to collect firearms. I don't so much collect those anymore. I used to collect magic bands. Don't collect those anymore. I think that's really it. I collect Disney memorabilia.
Yeah. You're not getting any more magic bands when you book your trips? You stopped doing that?
I stopped doing that. I mean, I have so many.
Yeah.
But I used to collect like the limited edition ones when they would come out, and I bought and resold some of those. But I guess you could say I collect Disney coffee mugs, Starbucks mugs, and stuff. I collect memories. I'm good at
that. Yeah. Those are good ones. I still have, I don't know, I'm a sucker for the magic bands. I have quite a few. I should do a little overview of my collection. Maybe post a picture on Instagram or something.
But I really love my Lego stuff.
Tim says you collect babies.
Yeah. Too many magic bands. That's a high class problem, Josh. Yeah. Well, and then I got magic bands for Britt and Addie. Yeah, it's just I decided that I didn't need more of the plain colored magic bands. Like it's a little bitty tiny thing I can do for the environment. What am I going to do with 1,500 magic bands?
Yeah. Make a wreath out of them.
Yeah, wear them as like use them as garland on a Christmas tree. Wear them like Hulk Hogan used to wear the feather boas.
That would be a pretty awesome Christmas tree.
I thought about using that as a Christmas tree in my office, but like doing a Disney tree, but instead I just built a tree out of Lego.
That's cool.
It's a little, it's kind of tucked back. I would get it, but it's like tucked back because it's not Christmas time. But
Sold most of mine at a Disney convention. Garland for the tree. Great idea.
yeah.
Yeah. Grilled cheese and tomato soup for lunch. Yum.
Oh yes, for sure.
I think I made that last weekend.
Gosh, but see, my problem is like Brett hates it when we do that and breakfast because it's like, or French toast. Like if you make grilled cheese, like Brett's like, I might as well just make you your own loaf of grilled cheese.
Now, what kind of cheese do you use? Do you get fancy or you just use American?
And whatever I have, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I use like
But one tip I learned,
Munster.
and so we use, we'll butter the bread on each side or whatever,
Right.
and put the cheese. But one thing I started to do is, okay, so when I'll take, because the butter, it sticks. So I'll take a finely shredded cheese and I'll put it on the butter.
Ooh.
And then I do that one side down, and then I put the other side on the other top, and it makes like this crispy cheese bread on the grilled cheese.
That sounds really good.
It's very good.
Wow. That's like next level.
But yeah, I collect all sorts of stuff. And I used to collect Lord of the Rings swords. I have a bunch of those.
Oh, do you really?
Swords, yeah.
Do you have them displayed or that you just have them?
Well, they're kind of not really displayed. I didn't want to just like put them in a corner or something because I want to be able to like maintain them. So like keep them oiled and stuff. So I have them like hanging, but they're not hanging like on display. They're hanging like in our closet.
Yeah, that's cool. Blue knows
That
how to
got a like limited edition shield and stuff like that.
Nice.
Really, really huge nerd. It's okay.
I think that's awesome. Blue knows that sandwich sounds amazing. Even though I don't need bacon, I'm sure it was incredible.
I also have the movie with Russell Crowe, the Robin Hood that he did. I have his sword out of that, but it's actually a real sword. It's not like it's a replica, but it's a replica from a real sword company, and it's actually sharp.
James
Ryan.
Ryan.
What do you need with a sharpened sword? I'm like, well, you never know.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Just protecting my family.
Yeah, with a sword.
Yeah. Old school. James said, I do my marketing after the stream each week, and by everything we discuss during chat, it results in the oddest results. Oh man. That's funny. Eat homegrown tomatoes. I miss homegrown tomatoes. We used to have I need to figure out where there's farmer markets around here so I can get some of the good stuff.
We have a lot of farmers markets around here. Hey, one thing you can look for that's native it's technically native to Spain, but it was brought over, and I know it's in St. Augustine. That's where it's kind of known for, but you might be able to find them there. It's called datil peppers, DATIL peppers, and they're really hard to find, but they're really good, and they make a really great hot sauce.
Yeah. Are they crazy hot, like spicy?
They're not crazy hot, but they're hot. Like a lady that I know who runs the vet that we go to, she makes it. She's from Florida, and she orders them and has them shipped to her. And
really?
I have a little jar of it, that the sauce she makes, but it's so good.
Now, some people at work were talking about this farmers market, and it's not too far from here, but I have to get up early.
Yeah, you got to get up early to the farmers market.
And they have this thing, and it's like a box, and it's a random box of just a bunch of stuff that they put in the box every day for $10, and you get a whole bunch of stuff, and they're raving about it. So I really want to. I'm gonna maybe I'll try to get up early tomorrow, and see if I can go and get some of that. I think that'd be cool.
You could totally grow datil peppers too if you wanted to.
I'm
because
not really good at keeping things alive like
they have to have
that.
a blend of soil, a sandy soil mix,
Yeah.
like palms do.
I'll be right back, okay?
Okay. I have a green thumb, so I like to grow things. I used to have a herb garden where I made I grew like cooking herbs and tea herbs and stuff. That was like a hobby that I had as a kid. I had weird hobbies as a kid. I built Lego and I grew herbs. Josh, where do I live? Uh, you said you live in South Florida, unless you mean where I live, and I live in Nashville, Tennessee, around Nashville, Tennessee. A friend of mine I work with at cons for his brother's anime toy booth has the original Green Ranger sword flute prop from Bandai. Some friends who works there just sent prop. That's amazing. That's amazing, Jonathan. Have you watched on the Toys That Made Us on Netflix? They have a Power Ranger episode. Jonathan, I don't know if you listen to my podcast, my Lego podcast, but my co-host Josh, he's got a lot of those original Power Ranger toys still in the box and everything. Lots of cool toys and stuff.
All right. Sorry for all my intermissions here today.
You're good.
What did I miss?
We were talking about Power Rangers.
Oh, go Power Rangers.
That I'm telling you, that show, The Toys That Made Us, is so good every episode. Sean should watch that. You guys should watch that because it's just like epic. Like it brings back so much childhood memories that I'm sure Sean will be like, "Oh, I had that toy," or "I had that." It's really well made.
Hold on, I'm trying to reach out and get.
No bad storms in Nashville. No, it's sunny outside.
Yeah, Power Rangers were the bomb. We used to play Power Rangers. I pretended I was Trini, the Yellow Ranger.
I'm looking at the weather now because she's got me concerned that we have bad weather and I just don't know about it. Nope, all sunny here.
I saw on my notice it said that we were supposed to have thunderstorms today, but then it didn't look like it. I wanted to go out and lay at the pool for a little bit.
Yes, I am near to that, Chris. And I actually went to that air show that he went down at the day after. So he went down practicing for the air show that I went to, the Smyrna, the Great American Air Show. And we had tickets, so he went to it because it was still on. They still held it. And I've got video of the missing man formations that they did for him. And it was a rainy air show. It wasn't great. Like the F-22 didn't fly or anything. But we got to see Fat Albert take off with his remains. And that was a really, really, really cool, somber moment where like the air show just went silent. It was a very patriotic moment. What I'm talking about, Lynn, is there was a Blue Angel that went down here before an air show doing a training mission. And
horrible.
And it was very sad. His jet stalled out, and he went down and died. But now there's a memorial here for him, and it was a very sad moment. But
yeah,
the Blue Angels took some time off after that. I think they took a while off to fill that slot and train and grieve and everything.
Right. Wow.
Because those jet teams like that are very close. They're like a family. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was a while back though, Sandy. That was like I don't know. I remember the air show took a year off too. Like they had that one, and then they took a year off after that. So that was probably 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy. I remember we used to go to there was an Air Force base in Michigan where I grew up called Selfridge.
Mm-hmm.
And we would go and watch the air show there every year growing up when I was little. I remember just being like enamored by it and like the feeling
of the
jets, in your chest and stuff when they'd take off and fly over. And it's just incredible.
I'm trying to find the album.
That is sad.
Where is it? I know I have it. It's somewhere on my phone. I'll have to send you the missing man formations, Blue Nose. It was pretty cool. So there was another jet team there. They were I want to say French jet team, and they did a missing man formation. It was pretty neat. Missing man formations where they do. It's a I don't know the appropriate term. Chris knows, but essentially it's like a flying V. It's got a name though, maybe Delta, I think. Anyways, and then one of the planes fly off from it, and it's called the missing man formation. They do that in honor of fallen pilots, but yeah.
Wow.
We've talked about everything on this stream.
Yeah, we really, really, truly do. I'm excited about that that anniversary. I mean, we're still like, well, it'll be here before we know it. We know that time has been just sneaking away. But to prepare for the 1 year anniversary stream, I'll start taking notes and writing down different ideas for that, and thinking about inviting people on to see their faces and do like the stream through, like you said. I think that's a cool idea.
That is very cool. And it was the Breitling jet team, by the way, Chris. It was cool to be there. It was just a very wet day. My shoes were quite wet.
It's all right.
It was so hard rain that we ended up like just going in and sitting in the car for a couple hours because nothing was flying.
Because nothing what?
Nothing was flying because it was raining too hard.
Oh,
I went to see the F-22 fly because that's my favorite jet, but it didn't fly. It got all up. It got stocked up and everything, and it got on the runway, and it was about to take off, and then they called it back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, weather is crazy.
Britt's texting me. I guess we're supposed to go to her parents, so yeah, I must run.
Yeah, we can wrap it up. We went over time today, but yeah, I wish I lived closer to you guys. You guys are gonna have a pretty awesome meetup.
It's not a far flight.
Oh man, maybe we'll see. We'll see.
You could convince Sean to come. It's Nashville. There's all kinds of things to do. Maybe. You guys could go bar crawl Broadway.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, I guess we're kind of in a different pocket than everyone else right now, and I was dying to go out to eat last night. I just wanted to go out to eat so bad because it's been forever. And
I get it.
He doesn't want to go out to eat still, so we ordered our DoorDash instead. But so that's where we're at, I guess.
I totally get it.
It's a little different because I'm going out every day to work, so I feel, I guess you just acclimate to it. It makes you less nervous about it when you're doing it all the time.
It's one of those things where it's like, eventually you just get like tired of sitting at home, and then you just jump in and you're like, well, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
As unfortunate as it is, that's not the best way, but I think people just get fed up with sitting around.
Yeah. I don't know. Anywho, what do you have coming up this week? We'll wrap it up with the up and coming events.
Well, I've got a Bricked podcast on Monday. No Magical Monday Mayhem this week.
No Monday.
No, I have to work. I have a shoot.
Okay. Well, maybe
I tried to convince Britt to do it, but she's like, I can't do it. So
I don't know.
If you're able, you can stream.
I might be able to do that if I rush home. I'll try. I'll decide tomorrow, and I'll post a pop-up surprise stream to talk more.
You should so do it.
Yeah, maybe I will. Would you guys accept me in Josh's place on Monday evening to start the Monday lineup?
Of course they would.
Just have to hurry up and rush home from work, but I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
I'm flipping through all these Breitling Jet Team videos, trying to find. I don't think it was the missing man form. It was wasn't Breitling. Sorry, I know we're wrapping up, but it was the I don't remember what they're called. I'll have to Google it. But anyways, yeah. So that's what I have, and that vlog. Bricked Monday, no Magical Monday Mayhem, and hopefully I'll have a Lego vlog out, and then potentially we'll have that Lego show that's now apparently a thing on Friday nights.
Yeah, that was so much fun. It's relaxing, and I love like just hanging out with everybody in chat and talking randomness, and I always end up talking about cheese, and apparently now spiders are a thing. Gonna try to back away from that one so that I can break free from my heebie-jeebies. All right, yeah, I probably will. I'll post a something on Instagram and make the link to it. If I'll decide later on this evening, and I'll post it if I do decide to take. It's 7 o'clock, right? Yeah, you go at 7.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. You're so sweet. All right. Well, I like hanging out with you guys and talking about all kinds of things. So I'll probably do it.
Yep.
Can't let that slot go cold for a week.
Yeah.
Man, I had to clear my throat. Sorry about that.
I'll even send you a Magical Monday Mayhem card
For my thumbnail?
Yeah.
Yay!
So you can still do Magical Monday Mayhem.
But with like take over the Lynn Project.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that'll be cool. Look at you. Okay, and and then next week, Coffee and Contemplation will be on your channel, Sunday,
Yep.
Saturday. It's Saturday, and I'm gonna edit a Universal Yums vlog today. I didn't get a chance to yesterday. Sean started live streaming with his friends, and so I was just on other people's live streams, hanging out, relaxing. And so I'll get that edited. It should be entertaining. Luke was funny on it, trying the UK snacks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a a new monthly thing that we'll start doing, I think. And he cracks me up. He kept doing this where he is like sitting next to me. So we're sitting there, and he keeps like he's like this next to me, and I'm like, put your arm down. Can you not look so bored? Like, we're trying food. It's fun. Stuff it. But
my favorite international candy, now it's kind of more available because I think maybe Nestle or somebody started putting them out, but it's called Bueno bars. And that's my favorite. It's a French candy bar, but now it's available all over the place now. So if you find those, get them. They're amazing.
Well, what are they?
It's chocolate with like a thin, crispy shell with like a hazelnut cream in the middle.
Ooh, like a
And it's
Nutella.
like it comes with 2 bars. Yeah.
Yum.
They're just so good.
That sounds
So
awesome. So good. Okay, so we have that coming up, and then tomorrow night I'll be on Creator Talk with Jeff. I think we're talking about SEO this week. So if you're interested, we'll be doing that 10:30 tomorrow night, and then Magical Monday Mayhem Takeover apparently on Monday. And checking in with the Lynn Project Thursday night at 10 p.m. And maybe something else. I'm trying to get back on track of uploading a edited vlog at least once a week. So I'm going to try to do that. And then I'm also in the works of getting started on another channel. I think I'm going to start a new channel to work in addition to this one. Not that I'm not stopping this channel, but I want to start another one too. So I'm working on building the structure, the bones and walls and all of that laying down the floorboards of how I want to formulate my approach to that. So I'll keep you guys updated as I figure that journey out. But yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for this Passhold Repair for the super chat. And thanks for starting your weekend off with Josh and I drinking coffee, contemplating, talking about everything
Everything.
under the sun.
Literally.
Literally. You guys have a great weekend. Stay well, stay safe, and be nice to everybody.
Yes, indeed. Especially.
Yeah. Have I almost said your tagline was have a practically perfect day.
And every day is a countdown to Disney.